Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here with yet another instance of My Hero Mondays. Ladies and gentlemen, it is good to be able to record videos and upload them to you guys again. Because as you know, Hurricane Michael swept through here, and for a couple of days, it's been wreaking massive havoc on both the people that I know and my own neighborhood as well. We had power out, I want to say beginning on Friday, and then it just got worse from there. And then we didn't have any internet for at least 2 days straight, so I couldn't upload anything. I couldn't update you guys on what was going on except through my Twitter account. So, and the thing is, with me, the only way I can communicate to you guys things that are happening to me and things that you can expect in the future of the channel as a whole is through my own Twitter account. So if you haven't already, go ahead and follow my Twitter so that way you guys can be updated on anything new that's happening, because I don't have access to the whole YouTube notification thing that a lot of YouTubers have access to, and that's probably because they got a whole bunch of subs. But the only way I'm going to be able to communicate to you guys is through my Twitter account. So for those of you who have been up to date on why I haven't been uploading lately, that's the reason. But here today on My Hero Mondays, we're going to be checking out Volume 11, the big pivotal chapter of My Hero Academia, specifically titled End of the Beginning, Beginning of the End. We got chapters 90 through 99 to go through, so let's get started with number 90. Reach out! Because as we know in the past My Hero video I've done, we have All Might going up against All for One, because Tsukauchi and the police department partnered with a bunch of different top heroes, which included Endeavor, Gran Torino, All Might himself, Edgeshot, and Best Genius, all coming down to the headquarters of the League of Villains. And Mount Lady was with some other heroes, and they found the warehouse where all the Nomu were. Well, apparently All for One used his own abilities to teleport all the Nomu into the League of Villains before Tomura Shigaraki and all of his subordinates that worked with him were all captured by the heroes. And now, because they all were working together to get Bakugo back. But it's culminated into the point where all the heroes who were going up into the warehouse against the Nomu just got straight bodied by All for One. And this leads to All Might jumping in and finally taking on the big bad that pretty much injured him in the past and caused him to slowly lose his power. But number 90, Reach Out. What took you so long? And as we see All Might going up against All for One, and the resulting shockwave just craters the ground that they're in, and everyone gets knocked away. He even stopped All Might. I am so glad that this sickness and this cold that I have is gone, because now I can read. Ha! It's about 5 kilometers from the bar to here, and it took you a whole 30 seconds to arrive after I sent the Nomu. You're losing it, All Might. So apparently, All Might could have been there in like a split second, and it's 5 kilometers from the bar all the way to the point where All Might and All for One are. And it took him 30 seconds to get there. So that means that in his prime, All Might was capable of crossing 5 kilometers in less than 30 seconds. So are you. What's with that industrial-looking mask? Are you sure you should be up and about in that state? He blocked All Might's punch with his bare hands. He's gotta be the villain's boss. I'm not gonna make the same mistake I did 5 years ago, All for One. I'm taking Bakugo, and this time I'm smashing you into a prison cell. You and your League of Villains. You and your little League of Villains. Sounds like there's a lot on your to-do list. You and me both. And All for One enlarges his arm and sends a massive shockwave into All Might that sends him flying through the city with such force that it literally destroys all buildings in All Might's path and blows the people that are around All Might away. That's an air cannon, plus spring-like limbs, kinetically boosted by 4, and the strength enhanced by 3. It's a fun little combination, but I want to add in a few more power-up type quirks. All Might! Don't fret, that won't be enough to kill him. So, you need to flee, Tomura, and take the boy with you. And he sends these tendrils out of his fingers into Kumogiri's body. Kurogiri will help you with your escape. Hey, you! The poor fellow's been knocked unconscious. I'm not sure how you do it, but you couldn't use your warp ability to help us get away. My version's still not complete, Magne. It only works over extremely short distances, and it's not like his, which can target specific coordinates. All I can do is bring things to me or send them away from me. What's more, the destination has to be a person, one I'm well acquainted with. Forcible quirk activation? So this is another power that All For One has. He can forcibly activate another person's quirk, even if they're unconscious, and use them to his own benefit. And he causes a warp gate to pretty much pour out of Kurogiri to allow them to the League of Villains to escape. Now go. And you, Master? All Might lands right in front of him. You won't get away! Always think ahead, Tomura. You still have much room to grow. As All For One starts to levitate off the ground, he goes back and forth with Kurogiri. He goes back and forth with All Might. Time to go, Shigaraki, while the gentleman with the pipe mask is holding All Might back. And the performer dude grabs Dabi and pretty much turns him into one of those little marbles so he can easily transport him. And take your pawn. What a pain. Bakugo Kid! All Might! He's having trouble rescuing Kacchan because of All For One, and the League's taking the opportunity to grab Kacchan and escape. Kacchan's surrounded so he can't get away by himself. And we see a panel of Bakugo using his quirk to pretty much dodge everybody. The performer, Toga, and the Split Ways Deadpool dude. These guys have me on the ropes. It's not like before. They're gonna try and take me by force, and it's 6-on-1. First off, gotta keep this masked dude from touching me. I'm coming for you, All Might says, before he gets pinned down by All For One. Not so fast. That's why I'm here. Using All Might's quote against him, and pretty much just tosses him aside. This is a dude going up against the #1 hero, and he's just tossing him around. And All For One isn't even as muscular or as strong as All Might, but thanks to his ability to take and use other people's quirks, he's pretty much on par with him. Even in a pinch like this, even now. And we got Kirishima, Todoroki, and Midoriya. We're still not allowed to fight. We're still not allowed to fight back. And there's so many flashbacks to different events. Ida confronting the group before they leave the hospital. Shoji saying how he regrets it all too. Asui, the police dog chief, even Aizawa Sensei bowing before the reporters. Just need an opening. Somewhere, just for an instant. There has to be a way to rescue Kacchan. With Kacchan out of harm's way, All Might can fight without holding back. All Might. And then he gets an idea. An opening. Ida! Everyone! Don't even think about it, Midoriya. No, there's a way. It won't technically count as fighting, and it'll help us get away from here. Plus, we'll be saving Kacchan at the same time. Spit it out already. But it relies on Kacchan's cooperation. Stay back, Deku. He'll think it's disgraceful to get rescued. Flashbacks to both Bakugo disappearing into Kurogiri's warp gate and Uraraka pretty much stating how Bakugo is as a person. If we try this plan, I probably shouldn't be the one. It has to be you, Kirishima. You're the key to our success here. And then more explosions. Kacchan is always wary of his opponents. He tries to fight from a distance. Will move when he's at least 2 steps away from the villains. Ida. This feels like a gamble, but considering the situation, it puts us at little risk. And should we succeed, it could change everything. Bit my tongue. Sorry. Let's do it. First, we'll use my full Cowling and Ida's Recipro to get us moving. The second we break through, Todoroki uses his eyes to construct a ramp. Then Kirishima's hardening will smash through the wall. Oh. First we use my full Cowling and Ida's Recipro to get us moving. Then Kirishima's hardening will smash through the wall. The second we break through, Todoroki uses his ice to construct a ramp. It has to be tall so we can really fly. And this is something that's already happening as they're saying all this. The villains still haven't noticed us. We've avoided their attention up until now, so we're in the perfect position to pull this off. We'll cross over the whole battlefield at a height where they can't reach us. The villain boss is keeping All Might pinned down, which means he's also not going anywhere. Then it's up to you, Kirishima. It can't be me, it can't be Todoroki or Ito or Yaoyorozu either. Ever since we started school, you've been building a rapport with Kacchan. You'll be calling out to him as a friend. Come on! As he reaches his arm out in order to catch Bakugo, with All for One still going up against All Might. And as this happens, Bakugo uses his quirk to jump up in the air and grab on to Kirishima. You idiots. Yo! Things are looking up, and we're really getting close to the limit of the volumes that I have for My Hero Academia. So very soon, I'll begin going through the individual chapters, and then I'll be able to catch up. Whew! Chapter 91, Symbol of Peace. Seeing All Might in action, All Might's having a tough time fighting because I'm in the way. My Recipro should help us get away, then All Might can do what he needs to. I bet Kacchan understands what we have to do. Somehow freed us. Seeing All Might in action, and then it says everything that they said. Somehow freed us from the fear that was holding us back. What's the optimal strategy here? And it just sees the plan acting out as Bakugo manages to catch up with everyone as they go sailing through the air. Bakugo, when I give the signal, time your explosions in sync with my... How about you sync up with me? This is no time for egos. Just as planned. The enemy's stunned. This is Todoroki. This is our chance. This is our chance to run. Where did they come from? You've got to be kidding me. We can't let them escape. Who's got a long-distance attack? Dabi and Kurogiri, but they're both out. You two stick together. Magne, quirk, magnetism. He can magnetize anyone within a 4.5 meter radius of himself. He can apply the effect to a person's whole body or to specific body parts. Men become South Poles and women become North Poles. He can't magnetize himself, though. Here we go. Repulsion Breakup. Moonlight Flit Cannon. And they send the performer sailing after them. But Titan Cliff. Mount Lady jumps up right in front of the performer in order to keep him from catching up to him. Mount Lady! Prioritize the rescue. Go on, you dumb kids. There's still time. One more strike, and all of a sudden, they're all knocked out. There's only one person who can move that fast with air bursts. Gran Torino! You're late. You're just too thick. Shimura's friend. That darn Midoriya, he's becoming more and more like you every day, in a bad way. Never thought he'd show up here after the Hosu incident. Teenagers these days. And as All Might is coughing to himself. I'm ashamed I needed this much help, but... Now there's no holding back. I'm gonna put you down for good. With the kids out of the way, All Might can go all out. Only 2 more of them over here. Time to finish this. I don't want it to end, Tomura. You've got me. You've single-handedly turned the tables. And as All for One sends his tendril out, it goes into the unconscious Magne, who uses his force quirk activation magnetism to draw all the people towards Toga. Turn to dust. Shigaraki is ready to use his quirk to disintegrate Gran Torino, but before either one can land a hit, Tomura's pulled away by the magnetism, and all the dudes who are unconscious, including Tomura, are pretty much being drawn into Toga. No, you're coming at me too fast! As they are pretty much launched into the warp gate. Wait, not yet, Master! And then All for One launches Magne's body into the warp gate as well. With that body, you'll... No good. I'm not ready! And as he disappears into the warp gate, Tomura, you will continue this war. As All Might closes in on him. And he pretty much, as before All Might lands a blow on All for One, he uses his warping ability to teleport Gran Torino in front of All Might's punch. I really only came here to rescue Tomura, but if it's a fight you want, I'll humor you. And as All Might hits Gran Torino, All for One uses another ability called Impact Recoil, which causes the damage that All Might inflicted on Gran Torino to recoil back into himself. I'm sorry, All Might says, because above all, I detest you. There was a time when you went around taking out my allies right and left with those fists of yours, and they called you the symbol of peace because of it. You stood so tall atop all of our sacrifices. How was the view from up there? And they both meet each other in a single punch with All Might using his Detroit Smash! Of course, it doesn't knock away All for One, though. He negated my attack with sheer force. You still can't fight at full power, huh? Because for heroes, there are oh so many things worth protecting. Shut up! That's what you do. You toy with people's very lives. You break them. You steal from them. You take advantage and manipulate them. Darn, I can't warp anymore. You sneer at them when they're just trying to live their everyday lives. And for that, I can't forgive you! As All Might literally breaks All for One's mask in one singular punch. Toshinori! And we see All Might partially transformed because All Might is losing his power. I've reached my limit, and he's wheezing. Getting awfully emotional, aren't you, All Might? I seem to remember hearing that exact line once before, from the previous person to inherit One for All, Nana Shimura. Chapter 92, One for All! Midoriya, you guys okay? Yeah, did you get away, Todoroki? I think so. We ran behind All for One and bumped into some pros helping everyone evacuate. Nice! We're over by the station, more than likely out of range of that shockwave attack. The rescue was successful. Listen up, it's not like I got saved or anything. You guys just happened to be the best option I had. Good choice! Mostly, I just didn't want to get in All Might's way. Right, giving him room to fight, that was the best strategy we had. And Gran Torino was there, right? Helicopters? Probably the press. Did we do the right thing? He's gonna be okay, right? All Might? And we see a panel of All Might partially transformed. From the previous person to inherit One for All, Nana Shimura. Never speak my master's name from that filthy mouth of yours. Take pride, Toshinori. You're not like the others who are born with what they have. You've worked hard to win your power. That fool of a woman put her stupid ideals first, without the power to back them up. It was pretty embarrassing for me as the father of One for All. Then she died such a pathetic death. Where do I begin, really? Enough! And in that instance, we see All for One launch All Might straight up into the air, pretty much into the height and the path of the helicopters in the air. And they only see like his muscular side. They don't see his partially transformed face. The news helicopters, that is. Toshinori! What a nuisance. This is just like 6 years ago. Calm down. Don't dance to his tune. He managed to get away last time, right after opening that hole in your gut. And as they land into the ground, he knows this is your weakness, so don't give him a chance to talk. Right. His tactics and the quirks he's using are nothing like before. Head-on attacks won't work. You gotta fight smarter than that. You can still move, yeah? Smash past your limit. This is do or die. Right. We're here at this nightmarish scene. Half of Camino Ward was destroyed in the blink of an eye. All Might is currently exchanging blows with this purported villain behind all this destruction. It's hard to believe that a single villain could obliterate several city blocks and go toe-to-toe with the symbol of peace himself. He's got the drop on them. Tsukauchi, All Might. Whoa, that looks bad. And people are just tuning in everywhere. All Might looks beat up. Wowzer, someone did a number on him. Where's Camino anyway? Looks like Daddy won't be going into work tomorrow. Yay! What are the other heroes even doing? Uraraka's watching, Tokoyami's watching, Aoyama, Asui, Mineta. They're getting sloppy. That's just how it is sometimes. The villains are getting out of hand lately. Nah, I feel like the heroes are just slacking. Yeah, but still, I'm sure All Might can pull it off in the end. Tomura's been working so diligently to erode the trust in you heroes. I almost feel bad putting the nail in the coffin. Hey, All Might, just as you hate me, I too despise you. It's true, I may have killed your master, but you smashed everything I worked so hard to build. That's why I'm hoping to see you die an ugly, brutal death. And he starts to enlarge his arm again for another attack. There's a big one coming. Dodge and counterattack. Dodge? Can you afford to? And as he looks behind him, he notices a person stuck in the rubble. All for One is pretty much intent on ruining the image of heroes that he's willing to put the lives of innocent civilians in harm's way. No! I'll take everything you've come to protect. And in that first instance, we see, first your image, which you've maintained despite your wound, then your pride. The world will see you for the pathetic man you are, their symbol of peace. And using the last bit of his power, this is something I never noticed before. All Might use the last bit of his power to pretty much punch in direction of that attack, to cause that attack to go everywhere around him except in front of him. So the only area that's been protected from that attack from All for One is the area that All Might punched into, saving the one civilian that's stuck behind him. But in this instance, he loses his transformation. And it's on live TV, so now everyone can see what All Might really looks like. Huh? Why is he all skin and bones? What? Are you seeing this, viewers? All Might, he's all shriveled up. Please don't broadcast this to the world. Please don't let the world see this, please. No. The symbol of peace who saves people with a smile can't be seen succumbing to evil. His secret. Those hollow cheeks and sunken eyes. The top hero's looking a little worse for wear, I'd say. Ah, don't be ashamed. That's your true form, isn't it? As All Might glares at him. I see. My body may wither away. You might expose me to the world. This has to be said right. But my spirit is what makes me the symbol of peace. You haven't stolen away one bit of that. I gotta be careful, because I'm not trying to get sick again. Wonderful. You're just like a stubborn child. But I've forgotten something. I wonder if this is enough to break that spirit of yours. Perhaps. I wonder if this is enough to break that spirit of yours, perhaps. Tomura Shigaraki is Nana Shimura's grandson. And as All Might looks in disbelief, All for One says, and he's hated you this whole time. I've engineered these encounters between you two, and you defeated him soundly. You won with a smile, so proud despite your ignorance. You're lying. Nope. You know it to be true, because it's just the kind of thing I do. Huh? What's the matter, All Might? Where's that winning smile of yours? When you have to save someone, they're usually in a scary situation. This is a flashback to his old master. A true hero saves not only their lives, but also their spirits. That's what I believe. So no matter how scary things get, give them a smile as if to say, I'm A-okay. The people in this world who can smile are always the strongest. How dare you? Oh, what fun. Looks like I managed to steal that one bit. Anyway. My master's own family. What have I done? Ah! As All Might screams in anguish. You can beat him! All Might, please! Save us! All Might, this looks bad. Win. But no, All Might, if you don't beat this guy, I don't think anyone can. He might look different, but he's still All Might, right? He always manages to come out on top. This is dozens of civilians saying all this. You can do it, All Might! Don't you dare lose, All Might! You can do it! You can win, All Might! And as a surge of power just appears into his body. But of course, young lady, indeed there are plenty things that heroes need to protect. But of course, young lady, indeed there are plenty of things that heroes need to protect, all for one. That's why I can't lose. And he causes as much power to just come into one arm. Chapter 93, All for One's Ember. When you feel you're at your limit, just remember why you swing those fists. I'm talking about where you started. That's what you need to recall in order to push yourself that much further past your limit. I want to make the world a place where everyone can live with a smile, and for that, the world needs a symbol. And as we see flames and embers in like a snow-driven abyss, we see a flashback of a young All Might and now we're back to the present day where All Might causes all of his power to go into one arm. You can still move, yeah? Smash past your limit! Ow, as Gran Torino lays off in a corner, bloodied and beaten. He had to counter a lot of massive attacks like that one. He's already gone past his limit. His body's unstable. He can only keep his right arm in muscle form at this point. With all your might, let's put everything we've got into this last punch. Everything we've got, okay? As All for One levitates off the ground. Wounded heroes are always the scariest. After I ripped your guts out, the look on your face when you charged at me, I still see it in my nightmares sometimes. You'll probably give me a few more desperate punches, so I should prepare myself. But all of a sudden we see a massive flame see itself launch towards All for One, and he uses his powers to blast it away. What? What's wrong with you, All Might? As we see Endeavor and Edgeshot show up, along with Tsukauchi taking and apprehending all the rest of the Nomu. They might have only been mid-level ones, but still, cleaning up all those Nomu so quickly. Guess I should have expected no less from number 2. You should have climbed high. You sure have climbed high. All Might. And we see a flashback to All Might versus a young Endeavor. All this effort just to beat you. But the more I trained, the more obvious it was. The gap between us. How I was always lagging behind. That despair, it led me to... Explain this pathetic state you're in! If you're just here to cheer him on, then I'll need you to be a good audience and sit down and shut up. And in an instant, we see Edgeshot try and take a whack at All for One. Not so fast, you destroyer. We're here to do some saving. Oh, we got Woods, which means Kamui Woods! Managing to grab Mount Lady and Best Genus and get them out of the way, along with... who is that? Gang Orca as well. You did good, Mount Lady. And then we see Tiger using his pilot body to get that lady that was trapped out of the rubble, and he still has Ragdoll in his arms. Even if this is all we can do, we'll do whatever we can to ease your burden, Tiger. It's up to you to stop this heartless villain, All Might. We're all rooting for you. No matter how you look, you're still our #1 hero. Toshinori Yagi. He's an interesting one, a little crazy. And then we have a younger Gran Torino with Nana Shimura. According to him, crime's not declining because the people don't have anyone to rely on. It's because this country's got no pillar to support it. So he says he's gonna be that pillar. The symbol of peace. Everyone's resting all their hopes on your victory. Everyone, everywhere. News reporters, families, even the student body of UA and its students are all cheering for All Might to win. But All for One says, as he sends a massive shockwave into the ground, "Oh please, spirit this, hope that. Wake up, this is reality. Spring-like limbs, 4 kinetic boosters, 3 strength enhancers, a multiplier, hypertrophy, rivets, airwalk, spear-like bones. The shockwaves up until now were just meant to wear you down. Not much oomph though. In order to really kill you, I'll be hitting you with my ultimate quirk combination." And his ultimate quirk combination is literally just a giant amalgamation of an arm that has, I don't know how much stuff in it, but the arm he's generated to kill All Might with is as big as his own body himself. Here it comes. Trading blows with you earlier was enough to finally confirm my suspicions, All Might. You no longer possess one for all. What you're using now is an afterthought, mere dregs, the ember that remained after the transfer. And that ember gets dimmer every time you draw on it. A weak, guttering light that doesn't even need blowing out. It'll soon die on its own. Izuku Midoriya. He was the recipient, right? He came to you completely unqualified. He still can't even control it, can he? You've got plenty to regret as you die, All Might, because you've also failed as a teacher. And as they both meet each other with one final attack, this explosion of power encompasses a greater area than the initial shockwaves that All Might has been enduring thus far. Impact recoil. All your power's gonna come crashing back on you. That's right. As a teacher, I've finally fallen short. I've definitely fallen short. And I'm willing to accept that. As they're clashing with one another, I see, pathetic. Your dying ember will go out all on its own. But still you struggle. Until your job on this earth is done, you'll keep it alive, struggling desperately to keep it going. When you feel you're at your limit, just remember, I'm more than just the symbol, just as my master was there for me. I've gotta raise him right, so until then, you would stoop this low and still struggle, so unseemly. I miscalculated. As All Might transfers the power into his left arm and manages to punch All for One. I've gotta raise him right, so until then, I can't die. Chapter 94, From Teacher to Disciple. As they're still going blow for blow, like this whole chapter, this whole volume as a whole is just legendary. I'm so glad that I own this. A head-on attack won't work here. I gotta fake him out. He took the power of that final blow from his right hand and transferred it to his left. The right was a decoy. But petty tricks, how unlike you. Whose influence is that, I wonder? As we see All for One cause more power to go into his other limb. Too weak. That's because I didn't put my back into it. And as we see, like, the last surge of power into All Might. Sir, it's like, oh my goodness, these panels look so good. So many have already passed down this power from one to another, in order to serve the greater good, in order to create hope for everyone. And now it's your turn. Do your best, Toshinori. Say goodbye, all for one. And as we see All Might scream his last scream of a hero, he manages to hit All for One. Farewell, one for all. United States of Smash! And in one final blow, it literally causes an even bigger shockwave than the one that All for One inflicted on All Might, leaving All for One completely bodied into a massive crater into the ground. Mask is completely broken, and he's not moving. And there's nothing but silence as all the civilians and heroes and students of UA look on. But All Might has one last bit of strength to raise his hand into the air. In a fist of triumph, All Might! The villain is out cold. He won! All Might won! He really won! He's still standing! Whoa, he's gonna overdo it. Wait, just let him. This country's got no pillar to support it, so he says he's gonna be that pillar. He's still on the job. The symbol of peace. His final act as the #1 hero. And in one last moment, he uses the last of his power to show the world his All Might form one final time for the world to see. Oh my goodness, this whole volume is so good! And everyone's screaming, yeah! Under there, 2 more people. Over there too. Got it, let's hurry. And this is pretty much other heroes helping out the evacuation process of the pretty much destroyed Camino Ward. The heroes' rescue efforts that began during All Might's battle continue in the aftermath. We expect a significant number of casualties. No kidding, you pretty much just blow up like a 5-kilometer radius. The villain behind this catastrophe is, at this very moment, the villain is being loaded into an Iron Maiden. We can see that All Might and company are taking all precautions. Like, All Might and Endeavor are making sure that All for One does not escape, and nor can he do anything to escape. But All Might points at the news crew. We're handing out blankets over here. The trains are out, so those seeking first facilities should come this way. Don't stop moving slowly and orderly now. It's hard to get through. I'd hoped to meet up with Todoroki and Yaoyorozu, but at this rate, let's keep moving. We gotta let the pros know that Bakugo's with us. Yeah. Now it's your turn. As All Might points towards the camera. All Might, isn't he just the coolest? Yeah! To the casual listener, that brief message seemed like a warning directed at other criminals still out there, telling them the symbol of peace hadn't been broken. But for me, it meant the exact opposite. I've done all I can. And Bakugo notices this. The next day, the magnitude of these events made him an unprecedented exception, so he was put in a special detention center without a trial or sentencing. Where am I? Shut your mouth! It should be obvious where you are. You'd be getting off easy if they gave you the death penalty. This place is where your kind of scum gets locked up. Ah, a prison then. I couldn't tell. There are far too many censors. What'd you say? Speak up. You're saying you're totally blind? Beyond just the rustling of your clothes and vibrations in the air, I've got my infrared quirk, which is how I managed to sense my way through the world for the past 6 years with much difficulty. Sounds and vibrations inform me of physical movement, plus I can sense people's emotions and the surrounding layout. But these sensors render my sensing abilities all but useless. What a shame. No way. he fought All Might in this decrepit state? Because for those who have yet to read, My Hero Academia and have yet to see it, All for One had no eyes and no ears and no way of being able to hear or see All Might. Yet, and this was due to the last battle that All Might and All for One had before All Might started to lose his power. So All for One was able to go toe-to-toe with the number one hero without the ability to see, smell, or hear, and use primarily infrared quirks in order to see movement. So that speaks volumes on his part. But as All for One makes his way into his prison cell, we also get a glimpse of another villain who has taken up residence in this special detention center, the Hero Killer Stain. I lost, All Might, and what a pathetic struggle I put up. But you were wrong. At the end of our battle, you left the future in your pupil's hands. You chose the wrong moment to bow out. You missed your chance to die. A teacher's job is to raise their wards to be independent. He relied on his teacher, and now you've locked me up, far out of his reach. All you've done is stoked his rage, and now he's ready to take charge. He has allies. He's learned how to recruit more. You'll be fine, Tomura Shigaraki. Your experiences, your hatred, your regrets, use them to fuel yourself. Now, it's your turn. Whoo-wee! Chapter 95, End of the Beginning, Beginning of the End. The next morning, the world was in chaos. Half of Kamino Ward destroyed. We got news crews talking about it. It's in the newspapers. The captured Nomu are the same as the others. They don't react to stimuli like ordinary humans, and we've gathered no new information from them. The warehouse they were being stored in was completely destroyed. At this point, we can only continue to investigate the methods by which they're created. But that warehouse was a decoy all along, wasn't it? The location was far too accessible and ill-suited for biological experiments. Has anything at the bar hideout given us more leads or info on the rest of the League? We're still investigating. Though the ringleader's in custody, Shigaraki and the other perpetrators are still out there. If we're being generous here, we could call it a draw. You fool. We lost the symbol of peace, and for what? The world now knows of All Might's wicked state. The indomitable symbol of peace as we knew him is gone. The people of this country know it. The villains know it too. That's the price we pay for always relying on one man. To think that you can get this far as long as you gather enough fools, and now everyone knows that. That's what really worries me. Initial profiling painted Tomura Shigaraki as a man with a childish disposition, but each dastardly plan that he cooks up as their leader becomes more and more intricate. He's completely focused on the effect he can have on a society as a whole. Shigaraki reflects, and he learns, and with All Might out of the picture, we're less equipped than ever to stop him. His league grows stronger with every defeat. Now he's got all the clout he needs to expand his organization's scope and influence. Did we tip our hand? Are we second guessing ourselves and getting caught up on the negatives here? Not sure. What we can say for certain is this: we have to capture him. As the police, we have to prove that we can do more than just simply taking in the villains that heroes defeat. We need to make some changes. Back in the hospital, we got Tsukauchi, an injured Gran Torino, and a severely injured All Might. The flame inside me has vanished. The symbol of peace is truly dead. But there's still something I have to do. So, Tomura Shigaraki is Shimura's grandson. Don't forget who told us that, though. Shouldn't we take it with a grain of salt? Didn't the two of you ever interact with Miss Shimura's family? Well, Shimura's husband was killed. In order to keep her grandson as far from the world of heroes as possible, she put him into foster care, and told me and Toshinori, if anything happens to me, I want you to stay out of the boy's life. So that promise was turned on its head. Pretty tragic. To think my master's own kin lost himself in so much evil. I have to find Shigaraki. I'll find him and... No! Find him and then what? If you think he's anything less than a villain, no good can come of it. No matter who his parents are, he's still a dangerous criminal. The ones to search for Shigaraki will be Tsukauchi and me. You stay at UA and do what needs to be done. Even if you're no longer the symbol of peace, All Might is still alive and with us. After that, we reconvened with Todoroki and the others. Kacchan went with the police. Kacchan was quiet. A few hours later, we were on our way home. Goodbye, then. Thanks a lot, you guys. You three, be sure to go straight home. Thanks for everything. Right. See you guys at school. As, pretty much Ida, Kirishima, Yaoyorozu, Midoriya, and Todoroki separate. And we have Todoroki looking at his phone. All Might's true form. Suspicions that he can no longer fight confirmed. Do I still got enough light? Yeah, I still got enough light. Crazy, what's been going on? But Shoto, when you were at the hospital, why didn't you return my call? I was worried. Anyway, good to have you home, as he's talking to his sister. Sorry, sis. And we see destruction, and we just hear noises of destruction happening in the house of Shoto Todoroki. He got back a little while ago, been going at it like that since. If All Might really can't fight on the front lines anymore, then the #1 hero position goes to... And then we cut to a training hall. Get up. You won't be able to defeat third-rate villains, let alone All Might if a hit like that can knock you down. As we look in the training hall, it is scarred with destruction and fire. As Endeavor is sitting in his room pouting, angered by the fact that he's now the #1 hero. But him achieving that position was not the way that he wanted it to go. I can't accept this. Who could? Can't accept it. I just can't. Welcome back. Looks like All Might was in trouble, and you had a hard time getting home, Izuku. Home, Izuku. Home, Midoriya. Izuku Midoriya. What is their last name? Izuku Midoriya, Shoto Todoroki. Midoriya. I think it's the Midoriya family. Yeah. What's gonna happen next? Did I really do the right thing? All Might. Then he gets a message on his phone as Izuku's mom, Midoriya's mom, is cooking something. Wait, where are you going? Dinner's almost ready. I'll be right back. And as it cuts to the beach, you're finally here. All Might, you're late. All Might, Texas, smash! And he just decks Deku. Huh. You just can't seem to do as you're told, huh? It was almost all for nothing. You're just as reckless as... Midoriya, kid, I'm officially retired now. I can't fight anymore. Not like this. And he goes into his muscular form and loses it almost instantly. The ember of One for All is gone, and I can't maintain my muscle form at all. And at the end of the day, you still run headlong into danger every single time. Despite all your warnings, you still go and get all beat up. But this time, for the first time, you managed to walk away unharmed. I'm so glad. From now on, I can focus on raising you right. Even though I've been reduced to this state, let's do our best, okay? And Midoriya's crying. All Might, you really don't know how to do as you're told. Didn't I tell you to stop being such a crybaby? And Midoriya's just bawling his eyes out. Feeling the sting on my cheeks was more than enough for me to realize that the sun had set on the era of All Might. Chapter 96, Home Visits. It's the Hero Billboard Chart JP, the biannual ranking of current heroes based on mission completion rate, contributions to society, and public support. Who could have predicted that this happening to the #1 unbeatable hero? And it's not just Japan. America, the home of heroes, is in an uproar. We've now seen All Might's true form. He's reached his limit. In light of this, he recently announced his retirement from the world of heroes. Also, regarding the #4 hero Best Jeanist, though he managed to survive the recent incident, he'll be out for a long while. Also, regarding the #32 hero Ragdoll of the super popular Pussycats, she's been unable to use her quirk ever since her abduction, so she'll be taking an indefinite leave. A great number of heroes have had their lives suddenly affected in the event we now know as the Camino Nightmare. What will become of Japan and its heroes? That's all for today's news. You gotta feel for Ragdoll. She's lost her quirk, and therefore her ability to be a hero. And she's being consoled by everyone. It's just, that's hurtful. Like, you lose your power that makes you a great hero, and now you can no longer do your job while everyone else gets to continue on. Where do you go from there? As Koda looks on. Next up is the weather with Mr. Kihara. Your sacrifice saved countless lives. The people, the heroes, and I, the principal, cannot possibly thank you enough. However, concerning your current tenure as a teacher here at UA, there have been a fair amount of criticism coming from the public. They're thinking, how can All Might still teach at UA, especially now that he can't fight? Wouldn't the children just get caught up in another horrible incident? They're all just uneasy, which is why we have to come together and get stronger. We need to hold on to the public's trust in heroes that you work so hard to build. The whole incident should be enough to make everyone realize we've been placing the entire burden on you all this time, and it's been a heavy one. There are still threats out there. We need to make sure our students are in a safe, stable environment. To that end, we'll be implementing a plan I've been ruminating on for quite some time. Vlad and I will handle Class B, with its many casualties. All Might and Eraserhead will deal with Class A. Good luck with the home visits. This doesn't sound like music to my ears. She may be getting better, but my only daughter still got hurt. Now you're talking about dorms like nothing ever happened. I assure you that we're taking your feelings on the matter to heart, Mr. Jiro, but we now realize that we were overconfident. We took these threats too lightly, so we need to seriously re-examine our policies. Will you please trust us with this? I have no doubt we can still help Kyoka become the great hero she's meant to be. Please stop, Mr. Aizawa. You don't have to beg. We made a decision the second we got the notice in the mail. My old man saw All Might's fight on TV. He said with this rockin' dude teaching my daughter, she'll be as awesome as Brian the Sun. Note, Brian the Sun is a Japanese band that plays the ending theme song to the My Hero Academia anime. He was even crying. What the heck, Kyoka? Your old man's just trying to look like a good concerned parent here. Oh, stuff it, Pops. That's enough, you two. This ain't no punk household. I was ready for a much harsher reception. I should buy you a drink. As both Aizawa and All Might are driving together to the next house. Huh. Knock it off. That's not like you at all. Besides, I can't drink. Let's go to the next house. And we got to House Bakugo. I can't imagine this is going so well. I can't imagine this is gonna go well. Sure, sounds good. Stop, and as she says that, she just smacks Bakugo in the head. Stop smacking me, you hag. I'll send you flying. That's enough out of you. Well, it wouldn't be in this mess if you hadn't been so weak and gotten caught in the first place. Come on, you two, cut it out. The teachers must be shocked by all this. Yap. You're the ones who needs to shut up, old man. You're the one yapping, Katsuki. If you're gonna talk, at least speak properly. And she continues to smack Bakugo. This family has real issues. So, you agree to this? Huh? Oh, the dorms? Yeah, we're grateful, in fact. Our Katsuki, he's rash in everything he does, and most everything comes easy to him. His whole life, people made a fuss about him, praising him for every little thing he does. So I'm glad to hear what you had to say at that press conference. I was thinking that UA really understands our boy. We were worried sick for a moment there, but then you brought him home to us safe and sound. You guys are gonna get slammed for a while, probably, but I think we can trust you on this one. Our son's trouble? I know. Our son's trouble, I know. But please work him hard. Make a good hero out of him. Guess I'm treating you for this one. Okay, next is, looks like Midoriya's place is close by. About him, Aizawa. All Might. Now it's your turn. We're doing flashbacks to the point like, wow, I'm really starting to lose some light. Hold on. I need to invest in like a desk lamp, because as much as my room light can give me light, this isn't enough. Let's do this right. Much better. It looks good. All Might. And we have a flashback to when Bakugo notices Midoriya crying after All Might says, "You're next." Deku, what is he to you? I'm sorry, Bakugo kid. My student, this is the only thing I have to keep a secret. Just like you, a fledgling hero with potential. Darn it, Katsuki, the police said not to go wandering outside! Oh. If you just don't want to say so, that's cool. Thanks. You'll really be fine on your own? Yeah. We gotta get these done today, right? At this rate, we'll barely finish up by evening. I'll take this one so you hurry ahead and to the others, okay? How's Midoriya? And as Midoriya still gets so nervous whenever All Might shows up. But now, this is the first time All Might is going to be meeting his mom. Please, come in. And they feel so awkward. Oh, All Might's in our house. Calm down, Mom. We were hoping to get the word out ahead of time with regard to UA's new dormitory system. Yes, well, my answer is no. But Mom, you said it was okay yesterday. I've been thinking about it and now I'm not so sure. Izuku used to be quirkless, but he still grew up admiring you. And ever since he's somehow developed a quirk and enrolled at UA, my Izuku is always getting hurt. His arm, you know about it, right? If he injures it again, he might lose it forever. Of course, I saw your fight on TV the other day. As a citizen, I'm beyond grateful for what you've done. But as a parent, it scared me. Izuku looks up to you. Is that his fate? If he's headed for a future that bloody, then and she's looking back at all the moments that Izuku grew up. It's like the moments where he was just aspiring to be just like All Might. Back when he was quirkless, he got so much joy from watching heroes do their work. And so now I'm thinking, shouldn't that be good enough? Mom! Izuku! I'll always support you, but that doesn't mean I don't worry. You know that. It was almost all for nothing. I know Izuku wants to keep going to UA, but do you really have to go back to UA? This is flashback to previous chapters when she asked him this. I'm sorry, Izuku. I'd been ignoring my mom's feelings up until then. This was the obvious consequence. Let me speak plainly as Izuku's mother. With UA in the state it's in, I cannot in good conscience entrust my son to your school. Hey, moms be looking out for you. Chapter 97. Tell it like it is, Mom! With UA in the state it's in, I cannot in good conscience entrust my son to your school. Mom, this has nothing to do with how great a hero you are. It's about classes that keep getting attacked by villains and students who suffer injuries that the school can't prevent. I don't want my son going to a school like that anymore. I just don't. Ma'am. You're wrong, Mom. Me getting hurt was my own fault. The teachers gave me warning after warning, but I just... If this is how it turns out, though, it's still the school's responsibility. Kid, take a seat. You can call me a helicopter parent if you want. I'm fine with that. It's not that I want to ruin Izuku's dreams. If he's still intent on becoming a hero, then there are plenty of hero courses at schools other than UA. And Midoriya is just awestruck by this. Because you went to UA, All Might. If I can, I definitely want to go to UA, you blind fanboy. From now on, I can focus on raising you right. Must be hard for him to take. And as Midoriya runs away, Izuku! You look up to me. You've been walking in my shadow this whole time, so for you, going to UA has a special meaning. And now the one stopping you is... I'm sorry, I'll call him back. But, Midoriya comes back. Fine. It doesn't have to be UA. Look, Mom, All Might, look at this letter I got. It's from a kid I rescued during our training camp. He hated heroes and quirks, but still, he wrote to me just to say thank you. I know I'm still a pain, making you worry all the time, but even if it was just for a second, this kid's letter made me feel like a real hero. I was so happy. Ah, I see. It doesn't have to be UA. I'll go wherever. You're finally, because I'm gonna be a hero. And then we see All Might assume his muscle form, even though he can't hold it for very long, in a show of complete submission. You no longer merely walk in my shadow. And he stands above them, and he kneels before them. So as your teacher, I should support you. Sorry for getting ahead of myself. This is your path. It's yours to walk. I believe Izuku is suitable to be my successor. In other words, I want to make him the next symbol of peace. And they're both surprised at it. What? Hold on, what are you doing? What? As the former symbol of peace, I have to apologize. I took his admiration for granted and was lax in his education. For that, I'm sorry. And he loses muscle form. So now, as a teacher at UA, I beg you. Indeed, the path I walked was a bloody one, but that's exactly what I don't want for your son. I will stand by him and help him find his own path. All Might. It's completely reasonable to have doubts about UA because of the state it's in, but the heroes of UA know that. They know that things have got to change. Please do not focus on the current UA, but on the UA going forward. Please allow me to devote myself to mentoring Izuku. I will protect him and raise him right, even if it costs me my life. And these words causes Izuku's mom to just fall to her knees. I can't agree to that. Because Izuku lives for you. It's not that I have something against UA. All I want is for Izuku to find happiness in life. So don't sacrifice your life. Live, and please look after him. Oh! If you can promise me that, then I'll give my consent. Mom! You have my word. And Izuku, if you're going to live at UA now, be careful, okay? I promise, you won't regret this. Don't look at me like that. Honestly, I don't like this. But our Izuku, without me even knowing, he somehow managed to get all this support from the hero he looks up to. I'm sure this is making you truly happy. You've got a good mom there, kid. Yeah. Live. Living the life of a natural-born hero. It's been a while since I've heard that. She reminds me of my master, my predecessor. Huh? My mom does? Yeah, her hairstyle. Her hair? And how she's so strong. Huh? Look at that word, skeleton man. Could that be? Crap, guess this form is now All Might too. I'm not used to that. See you at school then. And as they drive off, we see a last panel of Izuku's mom crying. This was the start of our new lives, and we have all the students of UA walking around, enjoying their lives, everything. Mineta looking at the backside of it, looking at some chick's backside, and Asui sees it in the background. He's gonna get slapped later. This was the start of our new lives at UA. Chapter 98, Moving into Dorms. When I text you, be sure to text back. Okay. Be sure to eat right, okay? Yep. Mid-August. Today is the day. I still don't like this, says Midoriya's mom. Today is the day I leave home. On the UA campus, the dorms were finished just 3 days ago and are a 5-minute walk from the main building. Heights Alliance. Heights Alliance. This is my new home. No, our new home. It's huge. We're so lucky. We're some lucky kids. As Principal Nezu looks on, these dorms aren't just to ensure the students' safety. We'll also be able to deal with any threats we haven't taken care of yet. In other words, a potential mole. In order to put an end to the suspicions that have been arising for a while now, it's best to avoid a public investigation. We'll search for the perpetrator in secret. Though it pains me to suspect not only teachers but also the students, given my position, it's what must be done. We're starting to feel the effects of losing our symbol more and more as time passes. What we need now is a revival. At least for the students, we need to present them with prospects of a bright future. Oh, snap. I love this manga so much. I love this manga. It's so good. Now then, Class UA, I'm glad to see you here. Looks like everyone got permission to move in. It was an uphill battle for me. Makes sense. Right, 'cause you two were injured by that gas and hospitalized. And we're glad to see you here, Sensei. I was sad 'cause I thought you might not come back after that press conference. I'm surprised too, but well, a lot's happened. I suspect rather than shaking things up for the worst, they let me off the hook, knowing they'd always have that over me, or something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna give a quick overview of your dorms, but before that, the training camp was meant to earn you your provisional licenses, and that's still the goal. Oh yeah, that's right, that's what we are doing. With everything that happened, I totally forgot. This is important. Listen up. Todoroki, Kirishima, Midoriya, Yaoyorozu, Ida. On that night, you 5 headed out to rescue Bakugo. Huh? And this is the first that everyone else in Class 1A hears about this. I think that all of you here understand the consequences of those actions. The issue's been swept under the rug for now, but let me say this much. If not for All Might's retirement, I would have expelled every single one of you except for Bakugo, Jiro, and Hagakure. The chaos is sure to continue now that he's retired, and since we can't get a read on the League of Villains' next move, kicking anyone out of UA at present is ill-advised. The 5 who went, of course, but also the 12 who knew but did nothing to stop them. Your reason aside, the fact remains that you betrayed our trust. From this point on, if you follow procedures and behave properly, you might be able to regain our trust. That's all. Now look lively and get a move on. Lively? After that? And we see everyone looking down because of all the stuff that's happened. And Bakugo grabs, Kaminari. Come. Huh? What? Stop it! And then Kaminari just comes out dumbfounded and overuses his quirk. What'd you do, Bakugo? Kirishima, huh? Too scary, dude. You shook him down for that? Wrong, I brought this cash myself. I don't want anyone ever calling me stingy. It just ticked me off. Huh? How did you know? Yay. Word always gets out with so many idiots around. So, we see the intent of why he did this. Oh man, that's our Kaminari for you. Because we know that when Kaminari overuses his quirk, he becomes a blithering idiot. Thanks, man. Goofing around, huh? Sometimes that's exactly what you need. So put in perspective, everyone is feeling down after the events that have happened. So Bakugo took upon himself to drag Kaminari out, make him dumbfounded to get everyone's spirits up, and also give Kirishima the money that he spent on the camcorder they used in order to find out where Bakugo was. Bakugo's getting better. You guys, I'm sorry. I know I can't really make it up to you, but this money's gonna go into some barbecue for everyone tonight. Yay! Think we could also do some shopping? Whoa, for real? And that's both Uraraka, Sero, and Jiro still laughing at Kaminari. 1 class to each building. Girls on the right, boys on the left. The first floor is a common area. Your dining halls, baths, and laundry rooms are here. So spacious, wow. We even got a courtyard. Swanky living. Did I hear that right? The bath and laundry rooms are in the common area? My dream come true? They're split up by gender, and that's enough out of you. Got it. Minetta's still trying to creep. The rooms start on the second floor. Oh wait, this is still Aizawa. The rooms start on the second floor. 4 boys' rooms and 4 girls' rooms on each floor. 5 floors in all. 1 student per room. You've got air conditioners, toilets, refrigerators, and closets. Enjoy the luxuries. We even have verandas. Wow! The closet here are just as big as mine back home. Swanky living! These are your room assignments. So, on the second floor, we have Mineta, Midoriya, Aoyama, and Tokoyami. On the third floor, we have Koda, Jiro, Kaminari, Ida, Ojiro, and Hagakure. On the fourth floor, we have Uraraka, Shoji, Kirishima, Bakugo, and Ashido. And on the fifth floor, we have Yayorozu, Sato, Todoroki, Sero, and Asui. The luggage you sent over earlier should already be in your rooms. Today's set aside for settling in. We'll talk about what comes next tomorrow. Dismissed. Yes, Sensei! Hi, Sensei! And as they all start to unpack, before we knew it, it was nighttime. Oh boy, not saying it was anything good that led us here, but still, I'm excited about us all living together. I'm pooped. Communal living, yet another way to train our sense of law and order. Don't hurt yourself there, Mr. President. You boys all finished with your rooms? And it's all the girls coming up to see him. Wow, I'm making pretty good time. Yeah, we're just relaxing now. So yeah, we've been talking and we got an idea. How about we have a peek in each other's rooms? Minetta's ears prick up. But so does Tokoyami and Midoriya's. Huh? What? No, hold on! First up is Midoriya's room. All Might All Around is a fanboy room. I look up to him. Kind of embarrassing. He literally has All Might everywhere, from posters to a literal mask to All Might bedsheets? Is that All Might bedsheets? That looks like All Might bedsheets. Countless figures and pictures and books. He even has an All Might rug. Uh-oh, what have we gotten ourselves into here? Could be fun, though. Ridiculous, says Tokoyami, as the girls try to move him aside. Tokoyami's room, dark and scary. It's just pitch black. Darn you all. I remember buying keychains like this in middle school. So boys like things like this, huh? So cool. Be gone. Aoyama's room, shiny, filled with disco balls, suits of armors, and pretty much sparkling stuff. No, not shiny, twinkling. Pretty much what we expected. Nothing surprising, really. This is fun. Who's left on the second floor? And it's Minetta's room. Come on in, I got something awesome to show you. Time for the third floor. Come on in. They completely skipped over Minetta's room, because ain't nobody trying to go in now. Ojiro's room. Wow, so plain. Whoa, it really is plain. Yep, just about the plainest room you could have. If you've got nothing... just about the plainest room you could have. If you've got nothing nice to say. Then we cut to Ida's room, which pretty much just looks like an intellectual library room. All these high-level books, that's our class president for you. Nothing out of the ordinary here. He's obsessed with glasses! Is that so unreasonable? I expect to go through many pairs during our intense training. As we go into Kaminari's room, it's just fun and games. He's got a little of everything. You don't like it? Like, it's literally a game room. It literally looks like a room that you would come in if you go into GameStop or if you go into a comic book store. Stuff is in glass. He's got a whole bunch of chill stuff. This is like a chill room. It's nice. As we go into Koda's room, there's a bunny. It's so cute. His is simplistic too, but he also has like a little space for a little rabbit to be around. No fair, using a pet like that. That's cheating, Koda. Looks like we're starting to get competitive. All the girls are fawning over the little rabbit. This ain't right. Yeah, for once we agree. I'm not satisfied either. Indeed. Me too. Isn't it weird that only the boys had to present their rooms? This isn't an exhibition, right? So if we're gonna pick a winner, then it's only natural that we see the girls' rooms too. Who's the best interior decorator in the class? That's what we're here to decide. The girls' no-hold-barred criticism stoked the competitive fire in the boys. Great idea! The first official Class 1A Best Aesthetic Sense contest was about to begin. And as the boys are just mulling over all this, is this okay? Is this really okay? Up, final chapter. Goodbye, 2-digit chapters. Hello, 3 digits. Yeah, we're entering into... Wow, this is like a fourth wall breaking title. Goodbye, 2-digit chapters. Hello, 3 digits. Last chapter from start to finish was wholly devoted to touring the Class 1A students' rooms. Is this really okay? Are we really going to spend another whole chapter on this? Seriously? And this is actually words popping up about this. So, we're here to decide the King of Rooms. King of Rooms? It's fine if we don't do this, really. If I was the only one calling for this, they'd shut me down like usual. But now, their pride's on the line, and I'm cashing in. You can't oppose the will of the people, and I get to hitch a free ride. Now it'll totally happen naturally. I get to feast my eyes on the girls' rooms. Mineta, you thirsty! Boys wing, 4th floor. This floor's got Bakugo, Kirishima, and Shoji, right? Where is Bakugo, by the way? He said, this is dumb, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm getting tired, too. Then your room's next, Kirishima. Let's pick up the pace. Whatever you say, you girls probably won't get it, though. The manliness! And it's just straight up workout gear and tough guy looking stuff. In the room you wouldn't want your boyfriend to have, Rankings, you're second. It's so macho in here, I'm getting swole. Aw, come on. Next, Shoji. Really, there's nothing interesting. In Shoji room, there really isn't anything. He just has a simple bed, 1 desk, and a mat to sit on. There's literally nothing else in there. You really have a simple style. Yeah, ever since I was little, I never cared much about owning stuff. Guys like you always turn out to be the biggest pervs. You're not one to talk, Mineta. Let's head up. 5th floor boys are next. We'll start with Zero. We're seriously going to every room. Zero's room. Ooh, he's got like hammocks and all of his stuff looks like aesthetically. It has like exotic looking stuff from the bed sheets to the lamps to like those little wooden walls that, you know, back in the old days people would go behind to change their clothes. I haven't seen one of them since my early childhood days. I know my mom owned one of those, but that was so long ago. How exotic! Love it! Never guessed you'd be so stylish, Zero. Hehe, just call me Zero Surprise. Next, Todoroki, right? Our class' most capable student. Our class's best looking guy. What could the always cool Todoroki's room be like? I'm on pins and needles. Let's just get this over with. I'm tired. And they're all shocked to see that he changed his entire room into like a Japanese dojo. A Japanese-style room? It's even built differently than ours. My family's home is traditionally Japanese, so I don't like modern flooring. Who cares why? How'd you remodel your room in one day? Hard work. What's up with this guy? He sure is going places. The good-looking guys always have tricks up their sleeves. Next, the last boy is... me. Sato's room. My room's kind of boring, really. Every room's pretty much the same after Todoroki's. Something sure smells good, though. What is it? Oh no, I was in such a rush that I must have forgotten to finish this. I was baking a chiffon cake. I wanted to share it with everyone. Both Kaminari and Mineta are shocked at this. It'd really be better with frosting, but want some? This is so unexpected coming from you. No fair! Tasty, so light and fluffy. This blows Zero's surprise right out of the water. What a charming hobo you have, Sato. We'll have to get together to combine your confections with my tea. I wasn't ready for this reaction. I only want to make these things to help train my quirk. No, because of Sato's quirk, he gets a boost whenever he eats sugar. So him being a sugar cook, it kind of coincides with that. Darn. Guess we should have expected something tasty from someone called Sugar Man. What timing, though? That's it for the boys. And they're still eating the cake. Next up is us. I could go all night now. That sugar woke me right up. Yeah! We have to head down to the first floor to get to the girls' wing. Yep, so let's go downstairs. Do we have to? And now we're going to all the girls' rooms, and they're starting to compile them into like single panels so we can get through these chapters pretty quickly. We're really seeing everyone's room. Is this okay? Is this okay? Should be okay, probably. This is embarrassing. In Jiro's room, it's pretty much a band room, complete with synthesizers, computers, amps, drums, and guitars everywhere. There's even more instruments than we thought! You're one rockin' girl, Jiro! Can you really play all of these? Somewhat, yeah. Nothing girly about this room. Nope. No, nothing girly about this room. Nope. No, mademoiselle. Moving on to next, they both get zapped by her earplugs. Next is me, Hagakure! Hagakuri's room is just a fluffy girly room. Well, oh, kind of what I'd expect from a girl. Pretty exciting. And you got Mineta sniffing her drawer with her clothes in it. Saiyan Plus Ultra. Nice. That's literally how Mineta is right now. You don't beat around the bush, huh, Mineta? Like, dude, get out the girl's room. Fourth floor, Ashido's room. Ta-da! Pretty cute, right? And she's got, like, hers is even more girly looking than Hagakure's. Then we into Uraraka's room. Welcome to my boring room. Hers is just, like, overly simplistic. Maybe it's because of the way her family's lived so far. Walking around and seeing all these girls' rooms like it's no big deal. It feels wrong. The Forbidden Garden. Next up is Asui. Hey, where's Suyu anyway? Oh, I think Suyu wasn't feeling well. No reason to bother her then. We'll check out her room another time. And as they walk away, we see Asui poke her head out the door. Last up is Yaoyorozu. Before we go in, let me say that I miscalculated. Compared to all your rooms, which are also unique and unoriginal, mine's a bit cramped. She literally has a queen-size bed complete with a roof for the bed, with awning, a giant bookcase. All of this is like 19th and 18th century looking wood engravings in her room. I don't even know how she's going to be able to sit down at her desk because the bed takes up the whole room. Huge but cramped. What happened, Yaoyorozu? This is the same stuff I used back home, but I never expected our rooms here would be quite so small. What a princess! First floor, common area. Okay, has everyone finished voting? Remember, don't vote for yourself. With Bakugo and Suyu out of the running, the provisional first ever king of room is... With 6 votes total, the student whose room crushed our expectations with its sweet originality is... Rikido Sato! Huh? By the way, you got every single girl's vote. The main reason, that yummy cake. What about the room? All the girls are drooling at the mouth. Even Hagakure, who's invisible. No decent would-be hero brides, people! What are you talking about? I'm just honored. Are we done here? Can I go to bed now? No, you mustn't forget to brush your teeth first after eating that cake. Ah, stop laughing! Guess we should wait until it's all over. Ah, Todoroki, hold on. Deku, you two, and Ida. Also, Kirishima and Yaoyorozu. Can you guys come with me? And they go outside, and they meet up with Suyu. Suyu has something to say to you all. I usually don't hold my tongue, but sometimes I find myself at a loss for words. Remember what I said back at the hospital? If we break the law, then we're no better than the village. Yeah, I didn't hold back, and the way I said it was kinda harsh, Suyu. So when I heard this morning that you guys went anyway, I was really shocked. Shocked about how I tried to stop you, about how worthless I am. All these nasty feelings started to well up in me. I suddenly had no idea what to say, like there was no way I could go on chatting as if nothing had happened. And it broke my heart. No, Asui, don't do this! Get them onions out of here! Get them onions out! So now, even if I'm still not sure about everything, I had to say something, because I want to be able to hang out with everyone again. It's not just you, Suyu. We were all super uneasy about it, and we all want to start over again. That's why we do stuff like the King of Rooms, because we know how everyone's feeling. We're not gonna get mad or anything. We just want, this is hard to explain, but we just want to go back to when we could all just smile together. Suyu, I'm so sorry. Thanks for opening up. Suyu. We were all super uneasy about it, and we all want to start over. Everyone had worked so hard to get things back to how they were before. Like always, yes, like always. Aiming to be heroes, pushing each other to succeed in our everyday lives. As I mentioned yesterday, and as we cut to the next day, our primary goal now is to get you your provisional licenses. Yes! Hero licenses are inextricably tied to the saving of lives, so one must be properly qualified for such a heavy responsibility. Naturally, the test is incredibly difficult. Even for provisional licenses, on average, we only see a 50% success rate. Even the provisional one that's hard to get? That's why, starting today, each of you needs to come up with at least 2 ultimate moves! Enter Ectoplasm, Midnight, and Cementos. This is kinda like a school thing, but totally hero-like at the same time. Volume 11, end of the beginning, beginning of the end, end. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for joining me again as we read yet another issue of My Hero Academia, Volume 11. I cannot wait to see you all in the next video. It is good to be reading and making videos and having my voice back once again. Hope you all enjoyed. I can't wait to see you all in the next videos. Have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, people!